So I made it through doing all of my makeup and I was so happy. I was like, oh, the makeup gods are like playing in my favor today. Like my eyes aren't watering. And then I get done and I apply that coat of mascara and my eyes start watering. Hey guys, thanks for coming back to check out another video. Okay, so a few days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that, I did like a tour of my single eyeshadows. And through doing that video, I realized like, oh, your singles and your depotted shades are kind of neglected. So I thought it would be fun to start doing like a build my own palette, not like my perfect palette ever, but like a build your own palette, like what am I loving right now? And then that way, like make it completely solely out of singles and depotted shadows. That way I'm getting more use out of them. And then when I'm like just bored or want to switch it up, like I can. So there's no goal of like hitting pan or anything, but I just thought it would be fun to come on here and show you guys like what I've picked, just to show you what kind of shades I have really just been drawn to. I also think this is like a really good companion palette to my Pan That palette, which is Subculture. This has a lot of those like grungy tones and this does complement it well. I am not wearing this palette today. Obviously there's no bright pink in here, but if you want to see this in action in my Partners in Cream video, I am wearing these two middle shades, this on the outer V, and this is all over my lids. So that's one look that I have done with it. That's like been on camera. But yeah, let's just get into it, go down the rows. So this first shade is MFEO from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, volume 1. This to me is just like the perfect initial transition shade. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. I really think it's a good neutral and I love having that. I think it's like a staple shade, at least for me. This next one, the peachy one, is called Sweetner and it is from Dandelions. Now, when I was sweetly sent this from Laura, I did like a little get ready with me video and I used this and I paired it with like some lavender purpley shades. But I've been loving pairing it with All Star from my ABH Subculture and also just with like some brown shades like you see right there with MFEO. That could be like a really simple 2 and done look. This next one, this blue, because we all need the pop of blue, right? It's Heavenly from ColourPop. And I don't know, I've been loving this shade as of late. And to me, it's just a really interesting shade because on camera, it does look more icy blue, but depending on like what you pair it with, it can change the undertone. So this next one, Sage, is like a darker green. And I really am interested in like wearing these two together. And see, I think you can already, I don't know, maybe it's just me and my bad eyesight, but I think just it being next to this sage color makes it look a little more minty than icy blue. But that is the first row, so let's move on to the second row. This first shade is Snickerdoodle from Dandelions. Also, that sage shade is from Dandelions. But here is Snickerdoodle. It is just a great bronze shade. And I don't mean that like deep, like, ooh, it's bronze. I mean like the nice light golden bronze shade. I don't typically like dark lid shades. I really like lighter lid shades. I feel like it makes my eyes look more like open. So this is like, when I say like, ooh, I love a bronze lid, like this is the kind of shade that I mean. Okay, this next one, also from Dandelions. They make up a good portion of my singles. This is called Creamcicle. This is like the perfect burnt orange color for right now. I think it's just so pretty and it really ties in well with so many of these other shades. Also, I think it would be interesting to put Heavenly on my lids and wear it with like a warm crease and just see how that looks. So this shade is also called Creamcicle, but it is from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette volume 1. And it's this really interesting like mustard yellow, but I feel like it leans more yellow than brown. And I really think like this little trio is very pretty right here. So Snickerdoodle, Creamcicle, and Creamcicle. This next one is a shimmer. It is Flawed and Odd from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette volume 2. and I think it's really pretty. It's like an orange with a gold reflect to it. Again, this is like a really pretty little, like very warm tone trio, but still really pretty. Okay, this next one, I really love this shade. I love yellows though. I think they look really nice with my dark brown eyes. So this is Buttercup from Dandelions. And this one, it does take 2 swipes to really get it to like be impactful. But look at that. Isn't that just like sunset fall vibes? That's really like the shades that I'm into this time of year. So this next one is Baby Lights from ColourPop, and I'm not sure. I think this is the only shade in here that you can't get anymore from ColourPop. If I remember when I looked at it last, I couldn't find it online. But they have 2 shades, Tea Garden and Carrot Cake, that are very similar. Like Tea Garden it's darker and leans more green. And then Carrot Cake is like a chartreuse color, but they're very similar to this. So if you had your eye on this shade, maybe look at those 2 options. Okay, this Grungy Green, which is the shade, these colors, these grunge colors are just getting me, you guys. So this is Army Pants and Flip Flops from Dandelions, and I'm going to show you that one. I think this paired with Baby Lights, just a great simple 2 and done look, right? Okay, last shade in here is Flambe, and it's just a nice red shade, but it's not like a brick red, because after working on that ICYMI shade from my Pan Those Eyeshadows, I am over brick reds. This one, honestly, to me, kind of has like a purple undertone, I would say. But yeah, so here is my current like build your own palette of shades that I'm loving. Like, it's so grungy and like just warm and just like I said, summer and fall vibes in a palette. So I'm really happy. I will update you guys. Like I said, there's no like I'm gonna hit pan on these or anything like that. Like, I don't have like a usage goal or anything. This was just a way that I thought like, okay, I can use this in conjunction with Pan That Palette, even Pan Those Eyeshadows, and it gets my singles rotated through. So I don't know when it will be, but when I am like, okay, I've gotten my use out of this, like I feel pretty good, I want to switch, then I'll come back on here and show you the new like build your own palette that I've done. If you do something similar or you want to do something similar like this, let me know down below, because I would love to check it out. I'm so nosy about like, what is everyone's favorites? Like, what are they loving? Like, what do you got in your collection? So it would be really fun to watch, and that's it. So I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.